Okay, so we ended up taking a nice trade there. It's just a bit frustrating this week with this crappy price action, but we ended up taking a trade that played out nicely, and just to take you guys through it to show you why I've taken that trade. So obviously looking, let's just make it, I'm not a trend line trader, guys. I'm just sometimes use it for, you know, to see where retail is and all of that. But we managed to take liquidity here with an inverted fair value gap, and then we saw this consolidation here. Now my target was this high up here because we see some nice liquidity forming. It formed here and here. So liquidity. So ultimately the target was to run these highs, and that's exactly what we've done. I obviously took my trade off. I put it just, you know, my take profit just above that, so I managed to secure my profits, and now we might run higher from here again because we run liquidity, inverted this fair value gap right there, so that could be another scalp if you really wanted to trade. Let me just show you guys. So that's a nice liquidity run, IFVG. Okay, and now got to retest. This is the fair value gap up here, so you would target something in this area. But I wouldn't take this now because we've run this bigger liquidity already, and now could gyrate a bit sideways, or if we break aggressively below here, then obviously there's some sort of a you know, push lower. But let's just have a look. Okay, so now it seems like we wanna obviously, let's try this trade, just a scalp. And let's see if we take this low right here, about $800. The reason I'm eyeing this because we'll run this low in this fair value gap here. Could run lower, but let's give it a go and see. Obviously not an A+ trade. This is just me trying to take a quick scalp. I mean, I could close this trade at any time manually. But let's see if we're going to get that push lower. Seems like we want to do something. I hate it when I say something and I don't do it, and then I'm going to sit with a trade that's really not going to be ideal for me. Okay, so there's a fair value gap in this inverted fair value gap that hopefully would hold price. And now we hope it really holds price to send it lower again. Right, I've closed the trade. Here with this price action, what type of trade could have been taken? All right, so I normally look for something like this. If you look at next candle must close above that high, so no trade, no trade. Ooh, that's close. No trade. But then this is a trade. it would have looked something like this. And you could do a nice 2-to-1 there. Could have taken a 2-to-1. Nothing here, nothing there. And then here we go again. Right here. And boom. So 1 to 5. You could have gotten your 2-to-1 there as well. So that's another good trade. I mean, here's another trade. I don't know if you would have gotten your 2-to-1 there. Nope. Alright, because you've taken this high, I wouldn't have taken that. Then you obviously wait. There's no entry here to go long. Now, this was a nice short in the fair value gap, a white candle with this close below it. That's an entry, stop there, and you can target your 2-to-1. So we could sit now and wait for some sort of white candle and see if we can get an entry. Let's give it a wait and see if we can actually get something. Alright, so the key is to see a white candle and then a black candle close below the low here. So there's a white candle here. It's tapped just above here. There's no fair value gap there, but if we, so we didn't close there now, so we wait for another white candle. Okay, so there's opportunity to go down here. So let's just hopefully that is a white candle, not a black candle. White, 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 white. Okay. So now we need this black candle to close above that. So it could be this fair value gap here that's holding price. But there's two gaps here, so I don't know. Let's just have a look and see. Okay, now we need to close here somewhere. Okay, so guys, what you must understand is this is not price is going not to go, not going to give you that opportunity. This low is much higher. So if this was a white candle, that's where you would target to break. But it must be a white candle, it can't be a black candle. Otherwise, this black candle must close below here. Okay, now we just sit and wait for the next candle. So you can't take this trade now, even if this goes lower. That's not the rule. I do think we're going to go below this low into this fair value gap, or even lower. See if that's a white candle. Okay, now we have to close below this white candle. Close like that, that would be perfect. If you want to be aggressive, you could even wait after this close for price to retrace back into the wicks here and then try to get a nice good entry. Okay, let's see. This is normally scalps, and we can try to scalp that $420 there. This could go back and test this level here and then come down. Okay, there we get it. So let's see, what was it? So $420. So we lost $480 earlier. So, but that just shows you. Okay, so we said if you would have taken this trade here, stop here, and you risk. Is it going 25 to 1? Okay, so that's obviously not where your stop would have been up here. And you would have targeted 2 to 1, which is there. Then remember we said we looking for this. That's a 3 to 1. Alright, so if you've taken this trade and I didn't close there, I mean you could have been securing some good because you already broke all of this. You would have been at break even, and you would have just sit there with a proper trade. Come on, I know you wanna, and we inverted this, So we could see a test to the midpoint here, and then it's already in the core of this. There's all this liquidity down here, so I would actually put the short here. See if I get it, and then what I'll do is I'll take my profit down to here. Let's see if we get tagged in. I'll show you the gap here. I think the key thing is if you can identify where the liquidities are, I mean, that's the biggest part of this. Then what you need to do is you need to have a refined way of taking, you know, your entries, and then you know where to target it to. So obviously I was hoping for some retest in here, and I could have, I don't know, I could have taken, yeah, I could have, but I didn't. And but the target's still here, and this was your entry up here, right? And that was the target, so that would have been a nice trade. But anyways, we had a nice trade. I still think we're going to see some sort of pullback to target these lows, especially this one here. So this market, this, that one there. So it could easily sit there. The problem is people would say, why don't you jump in a trade now? Because I don't like to jump in here and then it retrace there or go back to here. Then I'm so overexposed, and the drawdown's never nice. So you would like to see the move and look for possible turning points. And if it doesn't give it to you, then I mean, then it is what it is, right? Now what you see is these highs, it's lower highs. That's obviously some nice liquidity there, so it'd be nice to see a big spike up and then drop. I've seen it happen, I don't know if it will happen, and there it hits the liquidity fairly quickly, and now I'm not taking this trade anymore because there's no context to take a trade. So yeah, that's what it is. And go back to a 4 hourly quick. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Alright, so we've got this nice 3 drive down on the 4 hourly. Got the liquidity here. We actually break it, test it like a normal trend line type of trade. That's your first target, got hit, got a pullback now, and then next target's up here, and then this 22,200 is a target that I think we will get to. But obviously I'm not going to sit now to make sure it happens. I think we've taken the liquidity that we marked out here. there was a place for price to return to. It did. It's in a fairly discounted place right now, and I mean, now we're back at this point. Watch. Now we're back at liquidity. All this liquidity. All this is liquidity. So we could see a U-turn here, and then go and target these highs here as well. So let's just mark this out, and then we can always look at it later to see what happened. Alright, I would keep an eye on that. I don't know in this fair value gap if we'll see an inverted fair value gap here. I don't know. There's a fair value gap. You want to see probably this liquidity get taken, or inverted fair value gap form running through this, testing this. Testing here, but then you would want to see this level being taken. Alright. Good to see a spike in here and an inverted fair value gap to send price out of these aggressive push out, and then we know we're going to go up. But I do think momentum looks fairly bearish right now, so I don't know if we're going to see it. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm not taking any trades now. I've taken my trades earlier, and I'll just sit on the side. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to stop the live stream now. Well, let's give it some time. Yeah, let's see if we close below this white candle, then you can take a quick cut down to here. Let's see if it gives us anything there, or you want to wait and see some pullback. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow for possibly another session. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on these live streams. Check on my YouTube, you'll see I've got a Twitter account, I've got a Telegram account if you want to go to those mediums. But obviously YouTube, my live sessions is probably the best to be at, and I think I'm gonna let you go now. I just want to mark something out. Probably if we stay a white candle here and we close the next candle close below here, I would scalp it to this level here. But then that's it. That's just a last bit of something. I know price action's been shitty lately, and that's just January. There's new president, it's early the first month of the year, so all we got to do is wait for February, and I'm sure things will settle down. We'll see more clear setups, and so far this week we're in the green, so we can't complain. And it's all about, we took some stupid trades, or I did, and yeah, as long as you learn from your stupidity and try to improve, you'll become a better trader. And yeah, so all I can tell you guys is to stay safe, and I'll speak to you tomorrow, and don't overtrade. Bye bye.